Okay guys, today on Cooking in HD, I'm making for you my Mediterranean-inspired quinoa salad. Quinoa is actually really nutritious. It's a grain, but it's got a lot of protein in it. And so it's a really nice complement for a salad. As you can see, I've got some green onions, some cherry tomatoes, and in there I've got olives, sun-dried tomatoes, and capers as well. So stick around. Today on Cooking in HD, I'm making for you my Mediterranean-inspired quinoa salad. Well, as usual, let's go over our ingredient list first. And you can see, of course, I've got my quinoa here. I'm going to use about 2 cups of this. Chicken broth, that's what I'm going to actually cook the quinoa in, just to give it a little bit more flavor. I've got some cherry tomatoes, some green olives. Actually, whole green olives would be better here. I didn't have any, so I'm using sliced green olives. I've got capers. These are some sun-dried tomatoes, which I'm gonna also use. I've got some roasted red peppers. I'm gonna use 1 large lemon. This will be for the zest, and I'm also gonna use lemon juice to flavor the quinoa. I've got 1 shallot. I'm gonna use about half of that. Some scallions and some dried mushrooms, which I'm going to cook in the quinoa as well to rehydrate them. All right, so now I'm gonna add 3 cups of chicken broth. And I want to make a fairly large portion here, so I'm actually going to use 1.5 cups of quinoa. All right, in goes my quinoa. All right, and to this I'm adding my dried mushrooms. All right, and then in go my sun-dried tomatoes, about I don't know, 2 or 3 tablespoons worth. And I'm just gonna season this with some sea salt, and I'll put in some crushed black pepper as well. All right, now I'm gonna bring this up to a boil and then cover it with a lid and then simmer it for about 15 minutes. All right, next we're gonna make the vinaigrette, and you can see that I've taken this lemon here and I've taken the skin off of it, and I'm gonna now cut it in half, and I'm gonna take the juice out of the lemon, and I'll just put that in there. Obviously you gotta fish out the seeds. All right, next I'm gonna put in some of the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes. This will be sort of the oil piece for our vinaigrette. So the quinoa now has been cooking for about 10 minutes or so, and with the remaining 5 minutes I'm gonna add the rest of my ingredients here. So I've got my olives, capers, I've got the shallots very finely chopped there, and I've also got the roasted red peppers. So I'm gonna dump all of that in there and then mix everything together. And we'll add some of these cherry tomatoes as well. Give it a good mix. There, look at all those nice colors. Give you a close-up view here. Okay, so I'm gonna let these all sort of cook together for another 5 minutes or so. All right, so have a look here. This has now been sort of steaming away for about 15 minutes or so, and it's ready to serve. So I'm going to put this into a bowl. We'll put some of our vinaigrette on it, and then enjoy. All right, so let's give this a good mix one more time. And probably don't need all of that in here, but we'll dump some in. There we go. Awesome. All right, now just put a little bit of green onions on top, and that's it. We're ready to eat. Simple and quick. Delicious, nutritious quinoa salad.